Aloha everybody, welcome back to another video. Today, as you can see, I'm not on my account and I got Lucky. How you doing today, Lucky?
I'm doing well, man. It's been good. It's been nice and warm over here, enjoying the weather.
Very nice, very nice. Explain yourself how you missed the podcast, bro. I want to have the crew there, you know, the people, the OGs that are always there. Lucky's like, yeah, I'll be there. Lucky's always there. He's never missed a podcast.
That was my first podcast I ever missed. So I've been having like really bad upper back pain and I just didn't really get good sleep that night, and so I kind of slept through my alarm and I woke up and then I saw your message. I was like, oh no way, did this really happen, like after so many years? Yeah, no, I'm still dealing with it. I've actually got a chiropractor appointment tomorrow, so I'm finally getting it checked out.
All right, you might be wondering what we're doing here today, and today we're gonna be doing some summons. We're gonna do pretty much everything except for this SWC here. We're gonna do these 4 legendary attributes. We got 19 legendary summons here, over 100 LDs, 51 elemental, and 75 mystics. So not too many crazy scrolls here, but a lot of LDs. So hoping to pull up some crazy things. And today we're gonna kind of combine it. Lucky wasn't able to join us on the podcast, and the podcast was actually recorded just before Comtuous released the balance patch notes. So we're gonna talk about it today. We're gonna get some of our thoughts here from Lucky. We're gonna have a little one-on-one podcast, I guess, and hear some of his thoughts on what he thinks about this balance patch. I'll give my 2 cents about, you know, what I think as well. Anyways, I'll get right to doing the summons. We're in 808 here. Hopefully we get some good nat 5s. Pick something from the balance patch and let's talk about it.
All right, so let's just start so we'll start from the top of the list. So the first things that we saw was a Wusser and Nigong chain.
Yeah,
they changed the pioneers. Correct, they changed the skill too. They reduced it by 5%. So it's quite significant, but I think it was just kind of reflecting on the fact that it became way too strong. I don't know if you knew, but yeah, they changed it to ignore defense damage. So it was just pure damage based on their HP. Yeah. And so we started seeing them literally everywhere. They kind of dumbed it down a bit, realized that it was a bit too strong to begin with, and I think it's in a good place now. I think that was a good change. It was something that was needed.
Both of them are pretty much like units that already do a lot, you know what I mean? So I think a unit that maybe didn't do a lot, that would be fine, right? Yeah. But they do a lot, and they mesh well into a lot of different comps. So I mean, for them to do damage as well, it's kind of crazy, man. I mean, that's kind of like Molong back in the day, right? It's like defense break, 100%. Strip, crazy damage, you know, it's just like it's too much sometimes. So it's understandable. I think people kind of all agree that was kind of needed.
That really brought Nigong into the meta. I don't think he's going to go away because of it, though. I think he's still got a really solid kit. He's got the revive, the damage reduction with the passive now when he's got the skill on cooldown, and that still got that ignore defense nuke on skill 2. So it's still really, really strong. Cool. Yeah.
Okay. What's next?
Next unit. Oh no! Starting with the fake 5. I was just thinking. I was like, what unit is that? Like, I didn't recognize the hair up, and I was just thinking, okay, what is that? So
first fake 5 of 2022, and you know what? If you guys have been following the channel here and seeing all the summons that we've been doing, all the videos, I hate to say it, but we actually haven't summoned a fake 5 in a long time. So honestly, in the back of my head, I was like, we're kind of due for one. I'm sorry, Boom. We got a lot of scrolls left though. I'm sorry, Boom. We got a while though. We got a while. Oh man. All right. Anyways, go ahead.
Next unit was Light Monkey King, the 1-man army. I used to call Light Monkey King. He could just. Have you ever seen him solo an entire RTA team before?
Yeah. His skill 3 and his. I mean, sometimes even S2, and then later they skill 3 because they have that luxury to do that.
Exactly.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. So they nerfed it to. It used to reduce by 50% attack bar for each harmful effect on the enemy. Now it's 30%. So now with his own skill 3, it would only push back by 60% instead of the full 100. So I think that's a bit more fairer. Before it was just way too strong. He was just way too controlling, and now this is in a much better place. I think it was something that was much needed for what happened, like for how strong he is. Like if he procs out of a stun and you're open to no immunity, oh, you're never moving again in the game. So
yeah, it's interesting to see Comtuous making changes to LD NAT 5s right when it's needed, because traditionally they don't like to take away too much from, you know, kind of units that are doing well, but I guess things that are doing a little bit too well, they gotta kind of step in a little bit. So it's nice to see them, you know, not scared to do that. For
sure. They're not scared to revert some stuff that they've done in the past, which is good to see.
Yep.
Right. If they feel like it's become too strong, then they've taken a step back to it. So it's good. Another change that happened recently was, and it's impacting a lot of people now, is the Ifrit changes. So what they did was with the Ifrits, they changed their skill 2. So the skill 2 now scales off speed as well as attack.
Ah, so more damage.
And
I mean, they always have been known for nukes, right? I mean, a lot of people didn't know that the S1 hits super hard, but all the S1s of them are the same, right? Whether it's a Theomars or whether it's a Veramos, it's all the same. So
exactly right. Yeah, all the triple crushes now scale off speed, and it hits so hard now. It's ridiculous how much more damage. Like, I think I tested my Tessarion before the change, and he was dealing close to 30% more damage. It was absolutely insane. Wow, especially if he landed armor wreck on the first hit. It was really full on. So it's a pretty solid change to him now. Nice. Even with like Leo, like even when you run Leo, the attack speed scaling did reduce the damage. Because I think what they did was they lowered it based off the attack, and they kind of bumped it up by speed. So the net result became more damage in general. But when you have a Leo on the field, I think it's slightly less on skill 2 now.
Oh, okay. So I mean, there's still picks that can counteract it as well. Okay, that's cool.
Correct. Yeah, because now it's like now both skills scale with speed on Theomars, Tessarion, and Elsharan, for example. They all have that scaling now. So it's Leo works very, very strong against it.
So that's why you have 2 belts. You know what I mean? You got that one. You got that one Tessarion that has the normal speed, right? And then you got your 0 speed Tessarion, right?
Your Leo
they think
counter.
they're gonna counter you, and you just full damage attack, and they're just like, what the hell? Why is he doing so much damage, bro?
The next one I'm sure you've heard of, the Fire Ryu change.
Oh, dude,
the Douglas change.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you seen how crazy it is?
Yeah.
I was messing around with it, and oh my god, it's ridiculous. He countered the meta completely. You don't see many people running the full AoE CC cleaves anymore, purely because of how strong he is. Because not only do you have to deal with Verd, usually when you're running a full AoE sort of team, with the Chiwu, the Carnal, you know, the CP and all that sort of stuff, but now when you throw Fire Ryu into the mix, it's just like, he can't get controlled, and if you leave him there for too long, he'll solo your entire team. It's going to shift the meta quite a lot. That one unit alone is going to shift the meta quite a lot.
I mean, I feel like in the RTA meta right now, from what I understand and what I've been hearing, because I still try to keep up with what people, you know, talk about, it's kind of diverse-ish, you know what I mean? It's not so... I mean, I guess anything is better than Gani Hathor back in the day, so... Yeah. That's nice.
The one true playstyle, which hasn't really left. It's still around a little bit. But have you heard what they did with the Wind Sky Surfer, Oliver?
I did hear attack speed leader, and then I did hear like a lot of like manipulating, you know, and a lot of turns, and reduced cooldown, and reduced his own coldowns, like... Just a combination, but give me the rundown from your perspective.
Yeah, so they introduced finally another 33 speed lead, this time for wind. The only element that doesn't have a 33 speed lead, can you guess what it is?
Light. No.
Correct.
Oh,
no,
really?
You are correct.
I mean, yeah, obviously I didn't guess that, man. Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean...
Oliver was like the king of the patch. He pretty much got everything. Everything changed for him, and they obviously made it clear they want this unit in the meta. Change his 3rd skill, change his 2nd skill, gave him the 33 speed lead. It's like, okay, well, we have to build him now. I tested him without skill ups because I was just a bit hesitant at first, and then I just realized this guy is absolutely insane. I was still cycling without skilling him up. There was only insane. I had this 1 turn gap every time that would not have existed between my 3rd and 2nd skill that I had to do my 1st skill with. Because of skill ups, it would obviously cool it down. So all you ever do with him, if they don't have immunity, you'll always do 3rd skill and 2nd skill. That's all you ever do.
So
and with his 3rd skill,
let me get straight. What he does is, I think he reduces cooldown, and if he does it successfully, he reduces his own cooldown, right? And that's the crazy part of his crazy cycling.
Yeah.
See that's
correct.
That's kind of crazy.
The other part to it, they also changed the absorption, the attack bar absorption. It's now 100%, I believe.
Oh yeah, so it went to like 75, but then with skill ups it's 100. Is that it?
No, they changed it from absorb attack bar from 50 to 100%. So the 3rd skill used to only absorb half. Now it's 100%. So you absorb all their attack bar, you reset their cooldowns by 2 turns, and if that lands, then you reduce your own by 2 turns.
Yeah,
and it's already a 4-turn cooldown with skill ups.
It's always the win units that are like this, man. This is like the single target Gaddy. This is what Gaddy. This is maybe what Gaddy should have been, you know, because even though we see all this craziness, the only thing he's got on Ganny is literally his speed lead, because Ganny is still, you know, kind of nut. But yeah, this is crazy. Like, imagine if they didn't even change his skill 2 or his skill 3 or anything like that. They didn't touch anything and just gave him attack speed, you know, leader skill. I think people would be forced to try to use him anyways, you know what I mean? But with 100%. These changes as well, I think he's just insane.
Yeah. They kind of overbuffed him, I feel. He's way overtuned right now. He shouldn't be as strong as he is, because the other component to his 3rd skill, which has always been there, was every time you successfully land your 3rd skill, it scales extra damage. So, and it scales up to 5 times. And because you're almost always using it, because yeah, even with skill 2, it used to absorb attack bar. And that one used to absorb from 50 to 75. So it's like, well, now it's just absolutely insane. It just does way too much. It's so much fun though, because I view him as like an AoE Ganny. Because skill 3 pushes back attack bar to 100%. Then you push back someone with skill 2 and you also reset them. And then you do skill 3 again and do that to some other unit. And he's constantly doing it.
Kind of though, because there is resistance, you know what I mean? Ganny feels good because you know, when you touch Ganny S3 and you put it on him, you know it's done. There's no thinking. And that rarely happens in the game. You know, guarantees in the game just don't happen. I think I just saw a stutter. Oh!
Yes!
Oh. Ah, he's got both of them. Okay. Yeah, and he didn't mention he wanted to do any you know, more blessings or anything. So the best bet is just to leave it for resources. Or in the future, you can have these for blessings as well. Sure. We did about like 100-ish regular summons, and then we moved into legendaries. So we got the Nat 5, so it's about right. I'd like to see one more before we get into the LDs. The
next one that I think is going to change the meta a little bit is going to be the Barbaric King.
Ooh,
so I don't know if you heard. The new state, correct. They introduced a berserker state. So for those that didn't know, it was already kind of like a passive in their 3rd skill when it's on cooldown, but now they've made it a bit more prevalent. They've actually made it like a little, it's got its own little symbol now that pops up on the unit, and it has a bit more effect. So berserker state is when you use your skill 3 on your Barb Kings, and it lowers their HP, but makes them do double damage, makes them recover HP based on damage dealt, and just attack speed increase as well. So I think it's been really fun on offense so far. Like for siege content, I'm intrigued to see where guilds go with it leading up to siege tournaments.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think he can be pretty nuts, you know, both defensively, because with Vile, I mean, bro, you're just talking insanity, right? You're just talking about literally a unit going berserk.
It's been a lot of fun messing around with it, and once you use it the first time, you can almost always lap back into it. Because on your final hit, you could do skill 3 again. So you never not have it anymore. So I think it's something that's really fun to play around with if you do have Barb Kings built from a while ago. And
I mean, water one. Yeah. Everybody's got the water one built. That's 100%.
Everyone's got the water one.
If you guys haven't built the fire one yet, I think you should. I think that niche role that it does is just insane. Like we did videos on it in the past. It just goes through anything, and now it just does more damage. So it's just even more insane to have for guild content. I mean, I'd like to see some people pull it out for RTA in specific moments, but that's gonna be tough. It's really tough. But
I want to see some Dark Barb King RTA replays.
Oh,
Frenzy.
Frenzy.
Yeah. Frenzy.
Oh, I got destroyed by Jeff back in the day. We did like RTAs and we randomly got matched up on ladder, and he had that highlight. He was live as well, and he frenzied me to death. I was mauling. I was so mad, dude. So mad.
Zero's gone? Okay. Where are we going? Animal?
Animal, yeah.
3?
Stop! Stop! Stop!
I can hear him screaming stop!
Yeah, they also buffed the 3rd skill of the light one. So the light one before, they've reduced the cooldown by 1, but they made it now instead of a 1-turn stun, it's a 2-turn stun, so people can't proc out of it anymore. Oh. That's actually a pretty cool change, a 2-turn stun on a 3-turn cooldown on his 3rd skill now. Gonna be pretty crazy. A couple of the minor changes that they've done to the balance patch was they changed Wall Young's scaling on the heal. Before the healing, remember, I don't know if you remember, but Amuse used to scale off max HP, but she was like an attack type monster. So they finally made it aligned to that. So now it's based off her attack power instead of her HP. That's a small little change. I think it's actually really good because a lot of people that cleave with her in RTA you can't really build her on high HP and really high attack. You got to pick one or the other. So this kind of allows you to now to go, well, I'm running her in a cleave. I don't have to bother with my HP. It's all scaling off attack. So you can just focus on her being a full damage dealer. Death Knight's got a bit of a change. The biggest one I think in there was that the Dark Diaz now takes 50% less damage from light units. So he's,
everybody?
Yeah.
Or just him?
Just him.
That's pretty good
so
though.
Just
he's a lot harder to kill, I guess.
Correct. Yeah, that's his biggest change.
Speaking of attributes though, let's go back to also wasn't there a change for like Odin? Like 5 stacks and you like get like advantage, not neutral, right? Like, you know, doesn't matter what the element is, but he gets an advantage. I think that's kind of nice. I think that's kind of nice.
That's a good one to bring up. Actually, I did miss Odin on the list. Yeah, Odin has that Theomars feel to him now, in the sense that he can target anyone if he's at 5 stacks. He doesn't care what element you are. So a lot of your standard counters that you used to fight Odin with don't work anymore, right? Oh, I'm just gonna run a water unit with Triana. Nope, he can target your Triana and she gets obliterated. So yeah, it's created a little bit of a different thinking that's required, and I think we might actually see some Odins in Siege tournament this time around.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think that's gonna be. I think it's gonna make him pretty strong. I mean, any situation where he's gonna go ahead and hit you anyways and nuke you, it's gonna be when he has 5 stacks. So that's when it counts, right?
Sure.
So I think that's real big. I think that's really, really big.
I also think he might be brought back into RTA cleave. I wonder if, like, in the back of my mind, because they buffed Draco as well. Draco's now providing 3. He provides 3 buffs, right? So it'd be interesting to see how he fits with that, because Draco does speed buff, immunity, and then either attack buff or defense buff as a third option. So it's interesting to see, like, if people are gonna run him in there, because I wonder, because if you get up to max stacks, you could crit a fire unit.
All right. First lightning though. First lightning. We're doing good.
First lightning though.
I would have liked to see one more nat 5, but you know what? I'll take some good 4s and I'll take some, you know, LD nat 5s. But okay, we got a first lightning.
Take an LD nat 5. We'll get a Gianna. The other RTA relevant change, I think, is a Water Monkey King.
Oh yeah.
If you heard about
invincibility to 2, right?
That is correct. Yeah.
Gross,
oh my
dude.
god. It was already gross when he could cycle, but now that one turn where, you know, if you time it well enough, that one turn where he had nothing is now protected with immunity. Oh, sorry, invincibility. So you can't even hurt him. So.
Yes. But then does that mean that, you know, because sometimes, you know, when a unit gets buffed and it starts being played more, their counter units get picked in, right? Does that mean we're gonna see even more Dianas then, you know, coming in? Because that's like a very easy counter to have Diana against something like that.
Correct.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. But that is pretty gross. 2-turn immunity is. I mean, that 2-turn invincibility is gross. Absolutely gross.
And another fun one is like the change to Sea Emperors, where if you leave 2 they transfer 2 debuffs now instead of 1 debuff.
Oh wait,
so
I
like,
missed over that one. Ooh,
you missed that one. Oh, is this?
Oh, it's a Hark. Okay.
Oh, it's a Hark. Okay.
Okay. Obviously, it's definitely got a Lucian. Okay, we take those.
With their first skill, you know how they transfer 1 debuff?
Yeah.
Now they transfer 2. So like, imagine you know when Sierra used to just sit a bomb on your Okeanos and you're like, please 50-50, please move the bomb off my Okeanos.
Yeah.
Now it's like, well, it can transfer both, so you don't have to worry as much, and you have to also be a bit more careful with like where you sit your Sierra bombs.
Yeah.
Because if they throw it back, you know, so
well, I mean,
it's changes dynamic a bit.
It does change dynamic a little bit. Oh my gosh, we're popping with lightnings.
Dude, so many lightnings.
Oh, I wonder if this is new. Oh, these are some good ones, man.
The last one I kind of had was a Water Ninja change. So now with Water Ninja's passive is if his passive actually works, then he gets 20% attack bar. So I think what he does was he reduces the chance of them, I think, landing a critical hit on you. So if they don't land a critical hit, then he gets 20% attack bar. They also changed all the ninjas with the second skill that does slicing winds, which is the water, I think the wind and the light one. I think those are the ones that do it. Their skill 2, so the ones that don't stun. They now absorb attack bar. Oh my, another one.
Oh, we got the dark one right back.
You
Light and
got
dark, baby.
Let's go.
But yeah, so instead of just reducing attack bar, it's absorb now. Damn.
Absorb, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Slight change to the light one. I don't think it's game changing, but the light one now has a strip on its first hit of its skill. So I don't know if you remember, but the third skill of the light one.
Oh, it's gonna be an LD NAT 5! I saw the spin! I saw the spin! I saw the spin! I saw the spin! Oh, let's go! It's a legend! Oh my god, dude.
Let's go.
If you guys don't know from our last video when we did summons, Lucky told me about this, okay? So, maybe replay this here real quick. If you see a spin in your LDs, okay, your first ever LD summons, then that means that it's loading up the pack, the light pack or the dark pack for the 4-star. But because I knew that we summoned a light and a dark already, I was looking for the spin. I saw the spin. It must be loading the NAT 5 pack. Oh my god, dude. I see it, dude. I see it.
You saw it. You were all over that. Oh my god. That's so good.
He just messaged me tonight like, oh my god, I can't go to bed tonight. Like, I'm excited tomorrow when I wake up. I hope I get something crazy. I'm sitting like, bro, this guy's like got 200 scrolls. He got 100 LDs, man. I hope I get like some good LD4s, bro. I obviously, you imagine he's gonna get an LD NAT 5. But don't worry. Tomorrow when you wake up, I think you're gonna have a great day, my friend. Congratulations,
really good day.
Yep. Let's go, baby.
Oh my. Alright, now you know what it means if you get another spinning wheel.
Hey,
imagine.
you know what's funny?
Oh my.
We were talking today about, you know, speed lead for units, right? This is a unit with speed lead, but it's not 33. If we were saying it doesn't have 33. This is a unit with 24 speed lead,
24 speed lead, yeah.
24. Let's keep it going.
Oh man.
Dude, we've only done like 40.
That's so good. Yeah, and
Dude,
you've gotten
I
some
saw the
insane
spin,
things too. You were all over that. I was like, wait, what is he on about? Oh, I missed it. I didn't get to see it. I was like,
saw the
oh,
spin.
okay.
So we summon a light 4-star, a dark 4-star, a light 5-star. If we see any more spins, it's an LD NAT 5. It's a LD dark NAT 5.
Dark NAT 5, yeah.
Okay, well,
Oh my.
anyways, I don't know what you were saying earlier. I got a little.
I honestly don't even remember anymore.
I think we're probably talking about. We're talking about the ninjas. You're talking about the ninjas.
Ninjas, yeah, we'll talk about. Yeah, I think I'll talk about the light one. The light one's got to change to a third skill now. It's just a minor change. It now strips 50% chance. It's nothing too big.
Okay.
I'm not too worried about that one. And then they changed the cannon girls a little bit. They buffed Christina.
Christina's like the most like #1 meta unit now, right?
Yeah, she is. No, she's not.
Well, I mean,
well, they said that her attack won't land as a glancing hit.
Damn it. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh,
I was looking for the spins, man. I'm looking for the spins, bro.
I looked at this, so I went silent because I'm like, oh, wait, what is that? Hold on.
Dude, we're getting really good LD4s, man. This is an insane session.
Exactly. This is so good.
Man? Everybody's
so yeah, she doesn't land as a glancing hit anymore, and but they lowered her damage to kind of match that. So I haven't had the chance to play around with my one yet. I haven't skilled my one. I don't really plan to unless it's really busted. And honestly, I think that was about it for the balance patch. They changed a couple things. They changed threat state. They changed a couple leader skills, as you're aware, the Oliver.
Is that good for threat state? Like it only ticks down now for single target? That's kind of nice.
Correct. That is really nice. Yeah. So there were a lot of
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, no, it's fine. No, because like, even if it's like not a spinning circle, it can still be a light NAT 5.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm still on edge about it now. I'm like, oh wait, what is it?
True. Now it's another double mind games here.
With threat state, yeah, there's a lot of AoE units that people used to run into it, but now obviously it doesn't get lowered by AoE. So it should be interesting. I don't know if that's going to bring Ophelia out of the woodwork. I think it's really good for Mook Wall, the dark paintbrush guy.
Yeah, people that have that can pull it out and, might be more viable in RTA. It will throw a little curveball in terms of certain drafts, right? Especially if they already see there's a lot of AoE going on or something like that. It might be hard for your opponent to deal with it. And that would be a unit that I think would be like 4th, 5th pick anyways. So, it kind of makes sense.
Yep. Oh.
Dude, we're getting a lot of sparks.
How
many sparks do we expect to get in 112?
Probably 7? 7? It's one in like 16 or 18 or something.
One in like 18ish. So, oh my god.
Oh. Wait.
Again?
Oh.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take it, bro. Bro. Right now, we are sitting here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
My.
Holy crap,
That's insane.
With an LD NAT 5.
With an LD 5.
Dude, this guy knows what's up, man. Boom's like, damn, I better hit up IslandGrown because this is the first summon session of 2022, and it's the most LDs has of 2022. Let me just suck his 2022 luck right here.
Damn. Yeah, no, this is actually really good. And the best thing about it is that there's not many HH units.
Yeah. I mean, a couple, but I mean, like, well more than half are really, really solid. Granted, I didn't look exactly which one he had, but I mean, we'll take any of them, dude. Right? Especially dudes.
Oh, for sure.
Gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
even this is actually insane.
Holy crap, dude. Just give it LD NAT 5, dude. Make this the craziest session, bro. 2022 is gonna be damn good, bro.
I want a second spinning circle. I want to see another LD spinning circle. I know it's greedy, but man, that would be so good.
Every single time we're getting a lightning now, I'm just hoping that it's just a NAT 5, not a light NAT 5, because obviously we don't see a circle for that. Dude, we're at 10 lightnings. That's 180 LD average in 112.
Yep.
With an 11 lightning.
God.
Oh, back to the start. Back to the start. Okay, sure. I'll take it all, man.
Those.
Holy, dude, I've been seeing a lot more people get LD NAT 5s and LD sparks and stuff like that. Did they change the rates? Nah, I doubt they did. But
oh man,
there's been a lot more LD scrolls going around. So
there has been. There's so many new LDs almost on the daily that you just see people get nowadays. It's just I'm glad they're doing it though. It's something that this game was lacking.
Alright, boom. Congratulations here. Yeah, very nice summon session. Obviously, we'll like to see maybe one more regular NAT 5, but I'm pretty sure you're down for an LD NAT 5 any day, right? Along with a lot of good LD 4s and crazy LD lighting. That was the epitome of the session. You can get a lot more Mystics, Elemental Scrolls in the future. No problem. More regular NAT 5s in the future. But congratulations here. Thank you for letting us do your summons. Right? Lucky, appreciate you taking the time to join us here. Yeah, thanks for giving us some of your insight. It was nice chatting with you about the balance patch here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave some of your comments down below. Maybe some of the things that we missed, some of the thoughts of the balance patch, some of the thoughts of this summon session, and what you guys want to see coming into 2022. But Lucky, once again, thank you for joining in. If you guys haven't checked out Lucky's channel, I'll put him down below. He streams a couple times in a week because he's a little bit busy with work, but make sure you guys check him out as well.
Thanks for having me, man. A lot of fun, and that was actually insane. That was so good to see.
It's always insane, bro. You're the lucky charm. I'm telling you, you're my lucky charm, bro. You love my lucky charm.
For sure. And next podcast, we'll do it in the afternoon, so I have no excuse to.
Sure about that? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll figure it out. I'll be there next time.
All right, sounds good. Anyways, leave those comments down below. Hit that like, hit the subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.